evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Welcome to all of you uh, on behalf of Neelam Saxena page. And we are so excited to have you join us. Let me start with our panelists who've made time to be a part of this. Literary Warriors Group has had the pleasure and the privilege of hosting events on behalf of Neelam Saxena page. And today we also have the privilege of having our founder, Neelam Saxena, be part of this event. So, a very warm welcome to each one of you. Today is Labor Day weekend here in North America, where we are celebrating the social and economic achievements of workers. And we salute the labor force across the globe, being such an important day for the world. And in a few days, we will be welcoming and celebrating the birth of Ganesha, which is a 10-day festival for the birth of Ganesha because he is the remover of obstacles, the patron of arts and sciences, and god of intellect and wisdom. So today's event, not only do we celebrate poetry and intellect and wisdom, we share our emotions, our thoughts, our feelings with all of you. And today is 2nd of September. Septem in Roman means seven. And it's a trivia for all of us. Until the Gregorian calendar, we had September as the seventh month. Now it is the ninth month. And this is the only month which contains nine letters and is the ninth month. So I thought you would enjoy this little trivia. So after the trivia, let me start with welcoming our first poet, Dr. Anita Nahal. Foremost, congratulations to you on your grandbaby who arrived a couple of days back, and we are delighted to have the grandmother here with us. She is an Indian American author academic, twice nominated for the Pushcart Prize, and was a finalist for the Tagore Literary Prize. She has authored four poetry collections. The third one is titled What is Wrong with Us Kali Women? It is a mandated reading in Netherlands in the university. She has authored four children's books, a novel, and has edited five poetry anthologies. She teaches at the University of District of Columbia in Washington, D.C., and she is available to be read on her blog site. We invite her with her first poem called Mom's Shoulders. Now, actually, both her poems today in round one and round two will be a special nod to the mothers of all kinds, along with their myriad emotions and experiences, which many, including other mothers or women, may not realize. So, Anita Nahal, please welcome, and we look forward to listening to you on Mom's Shoulders.
Thank you so much, Rupa, for that wonderful introduction. And thank you, Neelam, for inviting me and having invited me earlier. I'm really, grateful for the honor you give to all of us in bringing on us onto your channel. And so thank you so much. So my first poem is called Mom's Shoulders. And yes, both my poems will be a nod to mothers. And, mothers can be of different kinds, single mothers, mothers with many kids, mothers living in families, mothers who move countries. So, all kinds of mothers, even non human mothers, our animal mothers. So, the second poem will deal with animal mothers. Mom's Shoulders. As a teen something, I used to watch my mom's slim shoulders, seeming young forever, rounded and glowing. In extreme Delhi heat, she'd fan herself with her sari pallu, sprinkling water on her skin, and her sleeveless blouse gave me a glimpse of her shoulders. They appeared like those of a young woman, I am the age now she was then. I watch mine in the mirror, same as hers. Upon stroking, I find them downy and silky. Maybe now I understand why my mom's shoulders looked so youthful. Continuous yoga, and I presume oils she massaged there, or that she hadn't been truly loved. Shoulders of a young woman. Thank you.
Beautiful, Anita. We love your description of your mother and then coming on to your own shoulders. Aren't we
Thank you.
all actually so taken in by our mothers and in awe of everything about them? And then we realize life comes a full circle when we get to be about their age.
Correct, correct. Thank you.
Wonderful.
Now it is my delight, my pleasure, and my privilege to invite the bilingual poet, Dr. Anshu Sharma, a medical doctor from Delhi, who's
Yes.
worked as a public health officer and also has been a COVID warrior at the National Center of Disease Control. Her debut poetry collection in Hindi is Antar Man Ke Samvad, and she's part of multiple anthologies and magazines, in addition to being a globetrotter, as I call her, who hails from Delhi but is currently in Canada. And she has been to Alaska recently, and she can actually wax about the Northern Lights also. So she's a regular at Kavi Sammelans, Mushairas, and Kavya Goshtis. Her first poem today is dedicated to Krishna because we recently had Janmashtami, the birth anniversary of Lord Krishna. She is going to recite a poem on the enigma of Krishna, and she titled it Krishna and Enigma. Over to you, Anshu.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Rupa, for that lovely introduction. And I just am loving each moment, especially Rupa's moderation, the anchoring, the trivia. I just loved all of it. Anita, your poem was so good, so heart touching, and absolutely appropriate for this moment for you. You've just become a grandma, and I share your joy. It is an excellent. It is a ecstatic moment in one's life to be a grandma and to have a whole experience once again of being a mom. So, coming back to what Rupa said about my poem, it is called Krishna and Enigma. So, I'll just give you an outline about Krishna. Krishna is not only a Hindu deity, but he is worshipped as the avatar of Vishnu all over the world. He is a supreme god in his own right, also. He is the god of protection, compassion, tenderness, and love. And he is widely revered among all globally. My poem is dedicated to his birthday, which is Janmashtami, and is celebrated all over the world. So, Krishna and Enigma. Now, on a chime of the midnight hour, the world stood still as Krishna was born to fulfill a divine will. The holy stars aligned, the heavens sang. In the prison's gloom, a miracle rang. Born in the darkness, yet destined to light, a savior arrived in the dead of the night. With eyes that sparkled like the morning sun, the journey of love and truth had begun. In Gokul's fields, he danced with delight, with a flute in hand, a soul so bright. The cows would follow, the rivers would flow, at the sound of his music, the winds would blow. Yet, in his laughter, a mystery lay, for Krishna's heart had the eternal power of say. A playful child with wisdom deep, secrets in his smile that no one could keep. He lifted the Govardhan. He lifted the Govardhan on his little fingers strained, sheltering his people from Indra's angry torrential rain. But more than his strength, it was his grace that left an imprint in every place. In the Bhagavad Gita, his words unfold truths eternal in verses bold. A guide through the darkness, a beacon of light, revealing the path for what is right. But who is Krishna? Who is Krishna? The question remains. A god, a man, or the essence of all planes? Enigmatic and vast, beyond our sight, a cosmic dance in the endless night. His love for Radha, pure and divine, a tale of union where hearts entwine. Yet, even in love, a mystery flows, for Krishna's true self only he knows. So we chant his name in joy and in despair, hoping to glimpse the truth he bears. We chant his name in joy and in despair, hoping to glimpse the truth he bears. For Krishna's birth is not just a beginning, but a journey within for each soul's blessing. A journey within for each soul's blessing. Thank you. So that was about Krishna. And
Wonderful, Anshu. And is Krishna a god? Is Krishna someone within us for us to journey within and find and discover ourselves? Either which way, Hare Krishna, happy birthday to Krishna, and may we all imbibe and learn from the life and the mythology and the
yeah,
myths of Krishna. What a beautiful rendition and what a
thank
beautiful
you.
poem.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Rupa.
Today we were expecting to have another friend of ours join in who seems to be running late. So we right now have the pleasure and the privilege to invite our dear friend, Dr. Meenakshi Mohan, who is in Maryland, a widely published academic writer, poet, artist. Her most recent book launch on our literary warriors group platform is titled Symphonies of Life Poems. She is on multiple editorial boards, including for the Chicago University. She's an advisor at many places and also an advisory editor for different institutions, including UK. She has received so many prizes, awards, acknowledgements, and recognitions that I will excuse myself from listing them out. However, I want to mention a couple, saying it includes the bilingual Setu magazine. She has received the award for excellence and lifetime achievement as well. She's from USA, and her first poem is about a poor man in the pre-independence and independence era in India, who has unfulfilled dreams but thinks big for his next generation. Over to you for the poem titled Rickshawala.
Thank you so much. Uh, Thank you so much, Rupa, for such an elaborate introduction of me. I really appreciate that.
I
Uh,
would like to interrupt. Yeah, I wanted this
My
view. Thank you.
apologies. Looks like I missed it. My apologies. Here you
That's
are. Over
okay.
to you, and I will bring in Meenakshi soon.
Thank you so much again. Thank you so much, Rupa, for such an elaborate introduction of me. And also I want to thank Neelam Saxena for inviting us to this LWG platform of hers. It's such an honor to be here all the time. I look forward to it, and I really appreciate for what she is doing for the literary world, by doing all kinds of things, inviting people to speak and encouraging some of the aspiring and some of the established writers and stuff like that. So thank you, Neelam, so much. Anita's poem was really very nice, heartwarming, and also Anshu's poem was excellent. It reminded me of the Janmashtami we used to celebrate in India, making jhankis and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So thank you, both of you. Okay, so now I will. August month was India Independence Day. So the reason I chose Dreams of a Rickshawala because it kind of relates to that. So I'll read that poetry. Dreams of a Rickshawala. You had dreams, but alas, you had no time to lavish and linger on them for yourself. With your thin legs in worn sandals and with a gamcha on your shoulder to wipe your sweaty face, you paddled through the crowded streets of Kolkata. You had dreams, but alas, with your sunken eyes buried in the deep creases of your face, you gazed across the muddy roads to your destinations. But unfortunately, you had no time to lavish and linger on your dreams. You had dreams, but alas, when you crossed over the potholed streets of this crowded city, you thought of your responsibilities, old parents, wife, and children. You thought of how you would make the two ends meet on your exiguous income. You had no time to lavish and linger on your dreams. You had dreams, but alas. Did your clients, indurate and compassionless, ever wonder about your impecunious life? What went on in your heart when they argued with you to save their few rupees and when they blazed you as dishonest? Then, finally, you sighed and moved on. You had no time to lavish and linger on your dreams. Yet, you still had dreams. For the boy in his rags on the street selling paper flags of India, you stopped your rickshaw to buy two small paper Indian flags from him. You paid him more than the asking price, and he looked at you surprised, grateful, and with stars in his eyes. In return, you smiled and stroked his tousled hair gently as if in blessings. Yes, you still had dreams. When you went home to your shack, to your little boy and girl reading under a dim, dangling light from the ceiling, you smiled. You looked at them with pride. Your gift of paper flags of India brought smiles to their faces. You knew you could dream big for them. You had dreams. When a sweet melody of Vande Mataram from far away field resonated and seeped through the open doors of your dwelling. You knew your children were your dreams. You knew your children were your dreams. Thank you.
Fabulous, Meenakshi. We have
Wonderful.
wonderful friends of ours joining in, commenting on your poem and the poems from before. So Purnima is
Please
talking.
change the view. Rupa,
Yeah. All
could you
right.
please
Let me
change
do
the view?
that. Okay. So we have a lot of people appreciating the poetry. We have Purnima, we have Seema Jain, we have Kumar, we have Shalini, Rohit Sidhu, Debashrita. Thank you so much for joining in, encouraging each one of us and our poetry. It means so much to us. Let me invite our founder for Neelam Saxena page, Neelam Saxena Chandra herself. She is an author of 74 plus books. She holds 3 records with the Limca Book of Records. She is awarded for children's literature by Maharashtra State Hindi Sahitya Academy. She is awarded by the Ministry of Railways. Rabindranath Tagore International Poetry Award has been won by her. Freedom Award by Radio City for Lyrics and Lifetime Achievement Award, although she's still so young and plenty of time to go ahead, along with many more awards. And she is listed by Forbes in in the past as one among 78 most popular authors in India. And her first poem is going to talk about the importance of family, however, through the life of her canine puppy. Over to you, Neelam. Welcome. You are mute, I think. Can you unmute yourself, please? You are mute.
Oh,
Can you? Yeah.
oh,
Thank
thank
you.
you so much.
Thank you.
So, thank you for the wonderful intro. And I have loved all the poems in this meet. They are also meaningful. So, thank you, Anita and Anshu and Meenakshi. And here goes my poem. It's titled Anchors. I watched the young puppy hunting for its foot, trying to eat the leftovers in the dustbin. Suddenly, an eagle appears and tries to catch the little one in its cruel paws. It's also hunting. I throw a stone at the eagle and it vanishes for the time being. The puppy looks at me with gratitude. I watch it keenly. I should be the one demonstrating gratefulness. After all, it has made me understand the importance of families. Humans can be barbaric too, but they do have someone who are their anchors, making them return to their normal state of poise after every turbulent wind that blows in their minds. Families, symbols of love and affection, often is heard in tales about how much love transforms demons into gods, slithering lives into straightened ones, Saturn into human, cunningness into affection. I hold the little puppy, cuddle it, and feed it that day. After all, families and love are the need of the time when chaos and pandemonium are ruling the world. After all, families and love are the need of the time when chaos and pandemonium are ruling the world. Thank you.
Wow. Wow, Neelam. So while I move you out from the solo layout, which I have been missing out to do, and put everybody from the panel on the screen.
No, it's my turn. I take over from you now. And let me introduce our beautiful hostess, Rupa Rao. Rupa Rao holds a management degree and a law degree from Mumbai, which she prefers to call Bombay. She is on a hiatus from her corporate career. Her writings are featured in multiple poetry anthologies, magazines, and literary platforms. She juggles writing with moderating and administration for a few select literary groups, including Literary Warriors. She is a dedicated nature walker, enjoys regular yoga, and picks meaningful engagements to constantly learn and grow. Wonderful. She has curated, edited, and co authored 4 poetry anthologies. That's so wonderful. That's so wonderful. And adding on, it's every child's desire to play with the yellow, blue, pink, and red balloons, isn't it? At least the balloons always excited me. But what thoughts would be crossing the mind's horizon of little kids who have to sell these balloons for a livelihood? Let's hear Rupa as she renders her poem, Balloon Seller. Over to you, Rupa.
Thank you so much, Neelam. It's such a pleasure, a
Wow.
delight, and a privilege to be part of this panel. Each one of you, amazing, talented, experienced inkers, I'm in awe of you individually and as a group. And it is absolutely my pride to join this group and be able to recite something. Thank you so much, Neelam, for an amazing introduction. It just makes me feel bigger than I am just because you talked about me. So thank you for that. And I just want to mention there are a lot of wonderful family members and friends who are joining in who make it so special because they are here. Rohit Sidhu is consistently here. Debashrita. We have Paru Josula, my sister from Arizona. Hi, Akka. Thank you. And it's a pleasure to be here. And may I go ahead with the poem that Neelam said is going to be about the balloon seller. A wide-eyed 7-year spirited girl, a wide-eyed 7-year-old spirited girl carries, sibling on hip, a tiny toddler. Duo in torn attires, totter and happily croon, they carry a dozen bunched balloons. Fascinating, multicolored globes dance in the breeze, glowing like strobes. Gas balls mesmerize toddler's eyes. Sister waves balloons to quiet his cries. They stop at the crowded village square by parked scooters, cars, old, new, fancy, rare. Amidst crowds gathering at the annual fair, vendors sell trinkets, crafts, shiny ware. Older sibling entices visitors to balloon buy. Hopefully, the privileged kids will coax their parents, is her try. Her meager earnings buy fresh bread. They sleep satiated with bellies part fed. The little girl with her meager earnings buys fresh bread. They sleep satiated with bellies part fed. Thank you so much. Let me move back from the solo layout to the group so everybody is visible before I.
I suppose some issue with the internet. These online things, they're very good because they bring us all close. Like we were just planning a meet in USA with Meenakshi and Anita and Anshu. Of course, I've met so many times. But yes, there are so many difficulties also. So let me carry it forward till
Sure.
the time Rupa joins us. And Anita is a wonderful poet whom I've always enjoyed listening to. So, could you render your second poem, dear Anita?
Yes, sure, Neelam. Thank you so much. So, like my first poem, this also is a nod and respect to mothers, but this is a nod to animal mothers, mothers in the animal world. I've just finished a collection, my next collection of poetry on the human animal connection, and that animals have are actually wonderful and we don't understand them because many humans believe that animals are not sentient, but they do have emotions, they feel pain and joy just like us. And this poem connects it to the human mothers in the way of, as I started out by talking about single motherhood. So that's the connection. The name of the poem is A Single Mother in a City. Tries not to falter. Too many admonishers of doubts, too many tricking tarnishers. Not in the animal world. Only small, large predators hunting for survival. Human predators hunt for greed, jealousy, power, sick abuse. There's a certain amount of continuous, competitive, harsh reprisal. I'll go out and dance with single animal moms, build a nest high up in the flowing branches like orangutan moms, or regurgitate food eaten days before to feed my young like penguin moms. I'll also hold hands with elephant moms and aunts and surround my young in a loving, saving embrace. I'll fill my belly with water and cool my young like lest turns, keeping them in a protected space. and be a super single mom like ruby throated hummingbirds. Or like kangaroo moms, keep the pouch always warm and safe. And like a lioness, cheetah, or bear, there's nothing I wouldn't do to protect my child. I could also meander slowly along life's path like sloth moms and lick and clean like dog moms. I can't bring my single animal friend moms to a city where poachers and hunters sit at the overpriced gates of a crumbling citadel. They won't be able to build, dwell, or illumine. They wouldn't last like I did, repeatedly trained to be familiar with conniving humans. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Anita, for
Lovely.
your beautiful
Yeah.
second poem, also touching upon the motherhood and how it touches everybody's life around us. And thank you, Neelam, for addressing the technical glitch here and I disappearing from the screen. As always, fall back on you anytime, Neelam. So thank you for that.
It's my
And
pleasure.
before I go ahead, Neelam, you're saying something.
Yeah, I wanted to add a line here. In fact, when we add those words, animal like behavior, I feel so agitated because animals are certainly better than
Precisely.
us.
Yes. I say the same. We have to change our terminology. Animals don't behave brutishly unless for survival, but they don't plan. They don't plan to
Exactly.
hurt. Yes.
Exactly.
Absolutely. In fact, going back to what Neelam said, there was a time, even now, we say uh, our pet and we are the owner, but now
Yeah.
the terminology is changed as, oh, the
Yeah.
canine or the feline's human. In other
Yeah.
words, it's not someone who's owning you. So there is a lot of politically
Precisely.
correctness coming into how the animal family member is treated in a family.
Correct.
So thank you
Bilkul.
so much, Anita,
Thank you.
Neelam.
Thank
And just adding a few more trivia for fun, talking about a few events that happened on September 2nd, which you might find fascinating. In 1666, September 2nd, the Great Fire of London, which was sparked from the king's baker's oven, ignited not just his home, but fanned by the strong winds, the blaze consumed 80% of the city and burned for 4 days. So it happened in 1923, the Great Tokyo Fire. In 1945, Vietnam declared independence from France. In 1945, Japan surrendered, ending World War II. In 1946, interim government of India was formed. In 1960, first election of the Tibetan parliament in exile was held, and in 1969, the first ATM was dispensing cash in New York City. And
Wow.
finally, the birthstone for September, as we all know, is sapphire. Having said all this and shared some trivia, which may be of no use or some fun to some of us, may I invite our dear Anshu Sharma for her second poem. Here she talks about the multi hued rainbow with the shades of love and called it the rainbow of love.
Thank you, Rupa. And I'm just enjoying each moment as you recite all the trivia for 2nd September, as I'm listening to such touching and inspiring poems by everybody: Anita, Neelam, Meenakshi, Rupa, all of you, and our wonderful audience. I'm reading the comments. I'm just loving each moment. Thank you for everything, Neelam. The actual credit goes to you for this opportunity. Thank you, Neelam. So I'm coming to my second poem, and as Rupa said, we've all witnessed, even being abroad, we've been witnessing the monsoon in Delhi and the havoc that it created. However, the monsoon always touches the hearts, and the rainbow is a part of it. So, my poem is A Rainbow of Love as the monsoon spreads its wings globally. In the quiet of a monsoon's embrace, a rainbow of feelings finds its place. Each color a thought, a memory, a dream, flowing together in a vibrant stream. Red for the passion that dances like fire, kindling the heart with its unquenched desire. Orange, the warmth of a lover's sweet smile that lingers, grows, and glows for a little while. Yellow, the joy that bursts with delight as the rays of sunlight break through the dawn's might. Green is the hope that shines like the leaves. Green is the hope that shines like the leaves deep in the soul, swaying with the breeze. Blue, the calm of a tranquil sea, reflecting the depth of love's beauty. Indigo, whispers of mysteries untold, a journey of hearts, both brave and bold. Violet and indigo are the sunsets that color the sky in twilight moments when the day says goodbye. Each hue has a feeling. Each hue has a feeling, pure and true. In the monsoon of the hearts, they blend and renew. And as the rain falls, soft and light, the spirit of love takes its flight, dancing through the puddles, laughing with glee. In this season of universal union, our hearts are set free. Love pours like rain. Love pours like rain, steady and kind, watering the garden of the mind. And in that garden, a rainbow appears, a promise of love through all of our years. A promise of love through all of our years. So that was my poem about Rainbow of Love. I hope you all
And
liked it. Thank you.
what a befitting compliment. Not just saying it is
Thank you.
a
Thank you so much.
soothing, colorful, beautiful poetry that brings, fascinates, mesmerizes, but actually, we have Neelam saying you yourself are a rainbow, Dr. Anshu, and I
Thank you.
love that compliment. It's so
I love
beautiful.
it too. I love it too. Thank you. Thank you.
So, moving on from the colorful vibgyor, which is absolutely a heavenly blessing to all of us during the season and otherwise when it sprinkles, I want to invite Meenakshi on a serious topic where she has used a city and the city's smog as a metaphor to address the issue of dementia. And before I hand over to Dr. Meenakshi Mohan, I would like to say we at LWG, Literary Warriors Group on Neelam Saxena page, get together to share our joy, our emotions with each other and those who join us, our friends. We also would like to make a difference with our word and verse wherever possible in the world, with so many things happening, bright, beautiful, dark, very dark. And may some difference be made in joy, happiness, and otherwise. So, over to you with the issue on dementia, Meenakshi.
Thank you so much, Rupa. And like Anshu said, I'm thoroughly enjoying everyone's poem. It's really so nice, Um, yes, Anshu talked about monsoon and rain, and here I'm talking about winter, when especially Delhi winter, when the whole city will be drowned in deep smog. You could hardly see anything beyond, all the flights get cancelled and stuff. So basically, in reference to that, I have talked about dementia. And the reason I'm dedicating this poem to a very, very dear friend of mine who I knew for a very long time. She was a nice, bubbly kind of person, very intelligent with PhD in education and everything. But lately she has been going through this dementia. And she is also an excellent, excellent artist, But the unfortunate part was that her son left them, both the parents, after high school, and sort of never doesn't stay in that much touch or anything. So this is what the about is smog. She looked out of her glass window. The city was drowned in dark smog. Only thin traces of trees and the rows of blanketed buildings were visible. Her mind, too, was drowned in the murk, with droplets of remaining memories. She had not seen her only son in years. He lived thousands of miles away. She filled her emptiness sketching him. His first walk, his first day in school, his youth. But then suddenly he vanished from her life, leaving only the smog of darkness, like the city, cluttered, noisy, and dark. Yet, within the blanket of this cloud, endured her stories. So basically, I have taken smog as a metaphor for dementia. Thank you.
We love the fact that we use our platform to address issues which are sometimes scary, unnerving, anxiety causing, and we hope we can make some difference, even if it's one word at a time, one person at a time, one poem at a time. Thank you so much, Meenakshi. We appreciate your beautiful poem and the topic that you are tackling here. Thank you so much. May I invite once again dear Neelam? This time she talks about any metro city, or maybe likely someplace like Mumbai, which is so mechanical, robotic, and her response to the mechanics of a metro. Over to you, Neela.
Thank you, dear Rupa. Yeah, I love the countryside, and that makes me write this poem. It's titled Mumbai, but as Rupa said, it could be true for any metro. Men and women rush in a particular direction, akin to herds of animals or like flocks of birds in the city of dreams. My poet mind often wonders, what did they dream of when they were attracted by the city? A lake of tranquility from which they can calmly have their pail of eternal happiness? Fame touching their lips wherever they keep their feet? Wealth with which they can buy everything in life? Or are they the children of dreamers and are living their portion of misery as if the sins committed by their parents or forefathers have to be adorned on their souls like bonded families of labor? There's no escape really from the city of dreams, which itself is dreamless and is standing tall because it had also dreamt at some point of time of clean air, fresh water, flawless existence. But now stands tall like a plain concrete structure with no vision. It only watches herds of buffaloes with no space to move but giving milk like programmed machines, flocks of birds choking due to pollution, trying to fly away but falling down, men and women living a robotic life with no time to laugh. Men and women living a robotic life with no time to love. So that was my poem.
It is so interesting. The city in itself is dreamless, as you pointed out, but everyone comes with the dreams in their eyes and to achieve whatever dreams they have set out for themselves. So, city life in itself may be mechanical, robotic, but when people come in, they come in with so much more for their life, for themselves, and for the next generation. Beautiful.
So I take the pleasure of announcing about Rupa's second poem. Every personality has several traits. And these traits appear differently at different times of life. Some disappear on their own with the passage of time, and with some, we have to learn to deal. However, there's always a room in the mention of a personality that is sacred. Let's hear what Rupa has to say about this wonderful space which helps us in keeping grounded. Over to you, Rupa.
Thank you so much, Neelam. It is such a pleasure to be part of this group and reading messages and comments from our friends, and many unnamed. I haven't been able to name them, but I have been showing them. Mani Saxena, thank you so much for constantly encouraging us. Purnima, Seema Jain, Paru Josiola, Anuradha. Neelam has been posting her comments as well. So thank you so much. And before I move on to my poem, I just want to share the last bit of the trivia, which seems to be exciting people also. Thank you for that. The September harvest moon is the fullest moon of the year. Did you know? No other lunar spectacle is as awesome as the harvest moon.
Oh,
Typically, the first day of fall in these parts of the world fall around 22nd, 23rd of September, when it is equinox with equal hours in the day and the night. And this occurs at the same time as the spring equinox of Australia. I just thought that was very interesting. I wanted to share that before I go on to my second poem titled Enshrined. Folks can fake a sunny, happy extrovert, greet gregariously warm, exuding comfort, reflecting a liking for crowds, parties overt, intensely craving solitude, secretly covert. Personalities imitate a mansion of multiple rooms in ever expansion. Some for public meets and greets for entertaining, others are cordoned off for private living. Then there is a heavily curtained room, zoned for self reflection or to hide in gloom, to cry oceans and grief, to lick personal oozing wounds, to clear confusions, conflicts, to let relief bloom. In a most sanctum sanctorum's intent, shrouds evolving self work important, disinvites, prying eyes, closed off minds. It enshrines aspirational, inspiring, critical finds. The innermost room, the curtained off room, disinvites, prying eyes, closed off minds. It enshrines aspirational, inspiring, critical finds. Thank you.
wonderful, wonderful.
That was wonderful.
Yeah.
That was wonderful.
Thank you so much. And before we end the meet today, we want to acknowledge each one of you: Manju, Mani, Seema, Paru, Anu, Neelam Saxena, Anshu, every panelist who is here today, and every listener who will be coming in future who have not been able to join in today. It's your encouragement that keeps us going and keeps us excited to want to improve ourselves, do better, and hopefully make a difference in this world with chaos and beauty around us. And I invite each one of you for 30 seconds each to please share your thoughts before we call it a day or a night wherever we are. May I start with Neelam Saxena? Neelam, your thoughts for the day today.
See, we really had a rainbow, not exactly with seven colors, but with five colors. In terms of poetry, we had different shades of poems, and they all touched upon different aspects of life. And I loved all the poems. This was a wonderful group, wonderful poets, and it was very nice to be a part of this meet. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Neelam. Anshu, over to you, the Globetrotter.
Thank you, Rupa. I too actually echo Neelam's words. However, I would just like to touch upon each one of you The poems that you recited, Anita's human and animal mothers, very, very touching, very, very inspiring. Rupa, you had a great, inspiring, and very, very encouraging moderation, plus the balloon seller and your poem about enshrining, about that personal space that each of us have, that actually promotes and motivates and appreciates us. Meenakshi, your poems very, very touching and very meaningful, very thought provoking, especially the one on dementia. I loved it, as actually I also have my mother in law suffering from dementia. I see her, I feel so sad, and this is such a sad reality of today. Neelam's poems, again, so very realistic in today's life. Privilege and honor to share this platform with you. Yet, I just keep admiring your various topics. So many books you've written, and yet you find a new topic for each meet. It's amazing how you come up with these, about the canine puppies, about the importance of families that you shared. Absolutely wonderful. Amazing. Thank you, each one of you. Loved each poem. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Anshu. Anita, the new grandmother whose son just had a baby couple of days, and now she's sleep deprived and busy changing diapers. So, your thoughts on
And who
today's
doesn't look like a grandmother?
Not at
Thank
all.
you.
Not at all.
Thank you. No, it's indeed a unique, experience to see the child of one's child, to hold the child of one's child. So thank you to everyone for your blessings and wishes. And I will just be very short. I love what Neelam and Anju said, and sorry, Anshu. I got the name wrong. And I think both of you touched on such key elements. I just wanted to say that, sitting in different time zones, I'm in the US with Meenu and Rupa, and Anshu is in Canada, and Neelam in India. It's just so amazing how we all connect, and how we bring our different creativity together. And then we share that creativity. And then, Neelam, you have a wonderful audience join you. It's so heartening to see the audiences that join your programs. It shows how loved you are and how, welcome and appreciated your programs are. And I thank all the audience members for their comments, because these, of course, inspire us as we read. So I just wanted to say that for me, it was a very cherished experience. As always, your programs are, Neelam. Thank you so much.
Wonderful.
And Rupa,
Likewise.
before I go, Rupa, your moderation was excellent. And I love the fact that you took the opportunity to talk about the month, because we do not all of us know these trivia. So thank you for sharing and making the effort to collect those trivia for us.
Thank you. Thank you for very kind words. And just so you know, there is Google Uncle and Auntie. They help me out. So, but thank you so much for the compliment. And
Yeah.
may I invite Meenakshi for your thoughts on the event today and any suggestions?
You're
You
on
are
mute.
muted. You are muted.
I want to thank all of you. It has always been an honor to be on Neelam Saxena's program. And actually, you did not leave anything for me to say, because you all covered everything that I wanted to say, all of you. So, it has been really fun, and listening to all of you and different aspects of the way you express yourself. It's a learning experience. And also, I always think each of these, the gatherings we have, it's always a learning experience. Always, we learn something new. And your trivia was, of course, very nice. That is another learning experience. And I call Google Guru Maharaj. Okay. Okay, well, thank you so much. It was fun.
Yeah.
Thank you
And
so
Rupa,
much.
your experience in 30 seconds?
All right. So, Neelam, here goes. I met Neelam not too long back, but may I say, I have been inspired, I have been excited, I have been thrilled to be part of this family. And it feels like I learn each time I meet other poets on this platform and talk about things. I learn more than I recite or share my poetry. So I just want to say to each one of you, of course, the wonderful topics, the themes, the words, the vocabulary. Most important, I think, is the camaraderie here in the family. As you saw, I was making million mistakes with solo layout, returning to all of us together, but I was having fun. So this is a platform where Neelam actually allows and takes us all under her wing, swoops us up and says, all right, go have fun. So here I am having fun with all of you. Thank you for a wonderful time. And Neelam will be joining us soon, I believe, and we look forward to that. And we might have an impromptu get together. You never know. So thank you, everyone who joined in, encouraged, and loved us, and who shared their thoughts. We invite your suggestions for anything we could do that would be of interest to you. And we also thank those who will be joining us later and listening in to us. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening, night, wherever you are. Thank you for
Bye.
your time. Thank you. Bye bye.
Yeah.
Namaste.
Bye
Bye
bye.
bye. Bye
Thank
bye.
you. Bye.